Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Science and Sorcery. We're a bit different this week. There's no Dagmar. The boss isn't here. So yeah, a little bit different. Welcome in for what is a little bit different. We're not going to be doing the full campaign part of The Legend of the Flaming Heteros. We are going to be doing another prequel, similar to when Khalil and I did When Reg Meets BS. Whenever that was, weeks and weeks and weeks ago. We're going to do something similar this evening with a story called The Organ Man Must Die. And that's as much as I'm going to say about it, because I'm going to hand you over to Alex, and we'll talk a little bit about our schedule at the end, but otherwise, Alex, over to you. I can't wait for this.
Okay. So, before the Flaming Heteros, before Lavinia rounded out their unique sound, 3 musicians sought to make it big and caught what seemed like the chance of a lifetime. They were recruited by Joe Williams, better known as the Organ Man, one of the most popular songwriters in all of Melded, to be the new version of his backing group, the Organelles. You couldn't have dreamed of a better place to launch your career. Except it turns out the Organ Man has extremely small handwriting when he wants to, and that there are a few hidden clauses in your contract. Once you signed it, you are magically bound to perform as backing singers for the Organ Man in perpetuity, to never be able to perform any music outside his group as long as you live. And also, you get really shitty royalties on it as well. And
I don't believe there's a union in Melded, is there?
I mean, there are unions. They're just
we didn't fill in the paperwork.
But there is a single way out of this cruel and callous contract. The Organ Man must die. So, there is something of a hitch in this otherwise elegant plan. Lena, his marvelous church organ automata, made of gleaming mithril, producing notes so perfect that it can make the angels curse and the devils weep. The problem is that among its various magical functions, the Organ Man's soul is bound to it, so he can't die as long as Lena exists. The other problem, as you found out from the Jengu sound tech, Aicha Kalonji, is that the Organ Man has covered up that weakness with one of those bullshit protective spells, which makes its already formidable musical engine invulnerable to harm from all things, except 3 particularly specific things in the whole of Melded. And now, could I get each of you to roll a d100 to find out precisely what those 3 things are? I don't know going in, everyone, so
okay, where is my
I have no idea where this is going to go.
That's my 100.
66.
Okay. I'll wait until you've all rolled to get...
40.
Okay.
63.
Okay.
Oh, we were both so close to nice.
Okay, so it turns out that the 3 things required to make Lena vulnerable. First, she must be somehow damaged by an automatic garage door. Secondly, a tree must fall upwards in such a way as to damage her. And thirdly, a direct meteor strike.
It sounds impossible.
So, you are in somewhat of luck. The Organ Man has given you a rare day off while he goes to the spa. So this is probably your best opportunity for a while to travel Melded and find a way to get these 3 things ready before he gets home tonight at 8 p.m. How you get them is up to you. I will be here to facilitate making up random Melded nonsense on the fly to see how that works. Off you go.
Wow.
Bye. Have a nice day at the spa. Bye. Bye. Yeah. See you later. Bye. 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 And I shut the door.
That guy has to die.
Yeah.
I can't handle this anymore.
No, I can't sing these songs anymore. They're just, I go to sleep and I'm hearing them. I wake up and I'm hearing them. They're getting in the way of my dreams.
you just flash back to Boomslang, just writhing in his sleep, just go, no more. We didn't cast the fireball. No more.
Oh God, I don't think I'm going to concentrate this.
And
This
have you
session
heard?
was laughing too much.
Have you heard his breathing? Like I know that he needs to do like breathing exercises for these like organ extravaganzas, but I can't deal with the heavy breathing. It's like living. It's like he's got like a sleep apnea machine on all the time. I can't. I can't.
I don't even know why I'm here.
Well, because this seemed like a decent gig. I guess that's why I signed the contract. I thought, get to travel around, see some stuff.
I thought it was a cult.
Well,
Was it the organ? It was like yeah.
I thought it was like, your internal organs organ.
well, like none of us really read the
Organ Master, Organ Man, Organ Master. Very similar names, very different.
They're right next to each other in the directory.
Yeah.
Did you say Joe Williams as well as what his name was?
Joe Williams is his name.
Joe Williams. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think any of us really read the small print. Let's have a look. Automatic garage door, ownership of the soul, organ, tree falling upwards.
Yeah.
Aisha is also in this with you, by the way. Just like she also hates him because he's a dick. So Aisha, who is the one who sort of told you about these weaknesses, she's a sort of kind of a mermaid-like figure who is the sound tech and isn't much good in a fight, but can sort of help you with the technical and or directional side if needed.
And is it Disney mermaid style or is it like traditional?
Like how fishy is the top half?
Yeah.
She is. It's sort of like gradiating scales, sort of as it goes up. Sort of. She's a thing called a Jengu, which I tried to find some interesting Central African creatures to mix it up from the European stuff, as this is melded and not just European melded.
Like it.
Cool.
So, Aisha,
So-
sorry, you go ahead, Reg.
Oh, so you said damaged by a garage door. That's the first one. He falls upwards.
Yep.
And a direct meteor strike.
Yes.
We're never getting out of this contract.
What's a
Maybe-
garage door?
It's a door that goes generally from the 1990s on a plane called Earth.
Sounds peculiar.
Aisha does point out that because of the way these like protections are built into Lena, as long as it fills the sort of semantic definition thereof. So if you did somehow make a door that played garage music, that would equally fill the proponent because it is just a linguist.
That is literally the next question that was on my lips.
Yes.
Is how cheeky can we get with this? Right.
The
Okay.
cheekier the better.
Thanks, Aisha. Cheeky is our speciality. We
are you
are the
guys?
cheeky siblings.
I thought that was drugs.
That's mostly me, if I'm honest.
Okay.
But as an ensemble, I don't know. Oh, we've all been called cheeky. I wouldn't say it's our number one quality, but we've got cheek.
I haven't.
Do you have cheek so you're a cobra?
I mean, I find that kind of comment slightly offensive, but it's all right. I mean, I can't puff them out, but I've got, you see, look, I've got little bits next to. All right, sure.
She sort of squints. I'll allow it.
So I think the first thing we need to do is to head to a music shop and look for a garage door.
Deal. Yeah, let's do it. I think there's one in the shopping centre.
Never
But you don't
been.
know about it. Yeah, you've never been. It's currently closed for renovation to avoid continuity problems.
You get there, it's like, no, it was open last week.
Which is also several weeks from now.
It will be open in several weeks as well.
You do okay. So are we going for music shop then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you head off into the sort of, well, let's say Aisha sort of points you in a few. She's a sound tech; she would know where the music shops are, and points you to a little sort of, you get the sort of like big gleaming, sparkly music shops, but also the music shops were just like in a dodgy little back alley somewhere for no reason, and like don't look like they've ever received sunlight. This is like the second category.
Of those dingy music shops, is it the type that is run by a friendly old man, or is it the type where half the instruments are stolen?
Both.
This is perfect.
The shop is called Trumpets and Tambourines, and it is run by. It does do other things, but just those are its specialities. And it is run by an elderly dwarf who is named Brasto.
So I imagine we walk in, and instead of a bell above the door, there's a little tambourine, and it goes like,
yes,
clink.
So, what sorts of instruments can we see in this music shop?
I mean, I feel like it's kind of a junk shop as much as anything else. So there's just like any instrument that has ever been like chucked out a window in all of Melded is just like harvested up and brought to this place. Like the front room is mostly entirely trumpets and tambourines, but then there's the sort of back room that's just like scrap heaps of assorted instruments and assorted pieces of instruments.
Okay, can I check if there's any trumpets in this room that are magical?
You can. How are you checking?
Arcana.
Okay. Make a quick. Yeah, Arcana check.
Are you saying you're doing this, or are you just doing it?
Just doing it. Just
Okay.
doing it. Rather than saying I'm doing it. That is 17.
Okay, so you find 3 trumpets that are magical. So the first one is made of sort of like what looks like wrought iron somehow. And this trumpet, when played, can command leeches. Doesn't summon them, it just commands them. Only regular size ones as well, not like big ones, just like little.
Nice.
For reference, let's assume that this entire episode takes place in like a brief flashback when all this stuff that you acquire in this episode gets delivered to you back at a suitable point of the main campaign after being confiscated for some reason that we don't know.
Boomslang gets high and loses the key to the locker it's all in.
Yeah.
And then finds it under his vape in his pocket.
You posted it all to yourself and then it just got lost in the post for a few weeks. So why did you do that? Anyway. Okay. The second trumpet is like, it's basically the trumpet of a giant. It's like human-sized, and also it makes noises so loud that you can't actually. It's outside the range of human hearing. It's so deep.
But would Dream and Boomslang hear it? Well, no, I guess it'd be Dream. Dream would be able to hear it, right?
I mean,
snakes detect sound through vibrations in the ground, so
yeah,
like
true.
some heavy bass.
I think also like you would probably have to be a larger creature than you are to actually wield it. But should such a thing, you could also cast like a massive blast of air out of it.
So also a weapon. Awesome.
And the third trumpet, which I will also make up on the spot as I have with these others, is a transformer.
Amazing.
As Reginald's kind of digging around and sees those things, Boomslime's like, "Oh well, that big one. We're going to need some bass. You can't have garage without a little bit of bass in the bottom. Shall I go looking for some drums?" And I'm going to look for any kind of. So we're going to need, like, probably a slightly broken snare drum. So it's got a bit that kind of like, you know, when they put the filter on the snare drum that goes like. So one of those. And, you know, like a kick that's maybe a little bit dulled. So all of these sound like drum synths that have had, you know, low pass filters and stuff put on them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make an investigation check to see how we do with that.
Oh, not bad. 24.
Okay. You find a couple that sort of match what you're looking for. They look like they have been like covered in like, it looks like a teenager with like some bad like markers got to them, so they're a bit much.
Look what I found. Look, it's custom.
That is technically true.
Boomslang has doodled all over all of his stuff as well, so he doesn't mind.
What do we mean by doodled here?
As in, got high and scrawled.
Okay, let's go with that one.
Wow. Dream is just, well, Dream doesn't know what's going on.
So we're trying to make a garage door. We've got the bass, we've got the percussion. Probably going to need, well, depends, you know, some vocals, some synth, maybe a little bit of brass. We've got another couple of trumpets.
I come from a desert. We don't have this kind of stuff. So I don't know what is going on. What is any of that?
So it's a magical type of music that imbues things with great power. So what we need to do is find a door and imbue it with the power of garage.
Right.
And it'll become a garage door powerful enough to slay a mithril organ person. Is my thinking. If I've done my sums right, and I sometimes do.
Shall I go find a door then?
Door
What size?
shopping.
Do we need a big size, little size door?
Well, Lena's pretty big.
I think it'd have to be a big door, like a barn door.
Well, at this point, Brass Toe, I hear what you're saying here, and I might have just the thing for you. You see, when I was on my rounds looking for discarded instrument, there's an old factory that were those talking doors with a face. It's all abandoned now, but if you were to take that door off its hinges and strap all these instruments to it, perhaps that would be what you need.
And this face, can it still talk?
Oh yes.
Can it rap?
I don't know, to be honest. I didn't ask it.
Well, only one way to find out.
We'll wake up and have a chat.
You need a bit of MC. Yes.
The thing we have to worry about here is whether or not the door can rap is less the question as to whether Alex can rap.
Well, a bad garage rapper is not too hard to do. Okay. All right. So thank you, man. How much do we owe you for these instruments? So we got the drums. How many of those trumpets do we want, Rich?
Well, I think we need one regular, and then I think the giant one, right? I think the giant one is where we need to go for.
Maybe the door can play the big one. Because
Yeah,
I mean,
well, how big
I can open my mouth quite big, but I don't really have lips per
It's like
se.
distending your jaw to play
So-
a trumpet.
But I think, I don't really have the lips. I do have cheeks. I just don't really have lips.
Science
Um,
fact with it is snakes have cheeks.
Yeah, how big is this door?
Well, it's like one of those. It is like a warehouse door designed for like moving in stock. So it's quite.
Big door. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got a trolley for the big trumpet?
He sort of like scuffles around in the back and finds rigs up a machine with a few like drums for wheels. So what will this do? They're like the actual like skin's been busted on them, so they're no good as actual.
Perfect.
That's okay.
Beautiful.
Well, in terms of cost, we've got some problems with our payment system, so the payment will have to like come out in a few weeks.
That's very
But,
generous.
Credit, fabulous.
Yes.
We will definitely see you later.
It'll come off your debit card in a few weeks. At an unexpected moment, perhaps in the middle of when you're talking to a cosmic machine. Who knows?
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah. So let's say that costs 200 for the lot.
All right, I don't mind covering half because I like these drums.
I'll take the other half, and Dream, you
Dream,
can, as you don't know much about what we're actually doing, it was mean to make you pay for this.
I just want to kill someone.
Okay, well, you're gonna get that chance.
Well-
we just
like we said, the organ man must die.
I could contribute 50. I mean, by the way, I don't even know you guys. I don't even think I'm going to see you guys again.
But it's all right, as long as we've got each other's back for this bit, then whatever happens, happens.
I like to think that like you two were signing the contract and Dream just walked over and signed it anyway without looking.
Oh, yeah.
Theo, it's now a quarter.
What's this? Ownership of the soul?
Yeah, what we're doing here, just signing. Cool. Oh, what?
I like the idea that Dream has signed up to so many cults and sold their soul so many times that there's like a timeshare on their soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like,
we
is
need
it-
to now push this door.
Oh, I mean to go to the factory and find the door, right?
Need to go find the door. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
So we've got the trolley of all the instruments on it.
So, yeah.
And it
Um,
sounds amazing. Like with 4 broken drums, and then
Yeah.
every time we go over a bump, like there's a little clank from all the other stuff.
Yeah. And somehow the trumpet goes off occasionally. It's just like a one-man band, but giant.
As we're leaving, I want to swipe the Leech's trumpet.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check, I guess.
If I see this happen, I would try to help, but I don't know if I see this happen.
My sleight of hand's great, so it's 20.
Oh, sweet, cool.
Brass Toe does not notice this. It's like, thank you very much, kind customers. If only everyone was like you. Wonderful customers. Come back anytime. You're great.
You've been such a help.
You know what? Now that we know this shop is here, next time we need to go to a music shop, we will definitely come to this shop and not a completely
Not another
different
one.
shop.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the one in the shopping center. No, definitely not.
No.
Oh, that guy's an asshole.
Yeah. All right,
So,
to the factory.
as we're making our way down the street, just because we've got this kind of musical instrument playing as it's trundling along, I would like to do a little like tap dance, like to try and like encourage some gold to be thrown my way as we're going to try and
Okay.
recoup some of that 100 gold.
Make a
That
performance check.
Can I help by beatboxing along?
I mean, whether that constitutes help in the mechanical sense.
I have +8 in performance.
No,
I'm
yes,
a
you
good
can.
beatboxer.
Would you like me to do that disadvantage then if we don't think?
No,
there's
no.
Again, my performance is really good, so that is a 29.
Nice.
Okay. Miraculously, you get exactly enough gold to cover the cost of that thing, and therefore balance out this whole time loop.
So I just imagine that Reginald did the river dance, like the whole way down the street.
Beatboxing.
Yeah, like river dance, beatboxing. Michael Flatley has never seen anything like it. So that was just 100 gold then that we paid for that in credit.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Outstanding.
Where
Also,
did you
yeah,
learn to
'cause-
dance like that?
Because a lot of river dance is in 6/8, right? So beatboxing in 6/8 has got to be very interesting. Sorry, I'll start.
Me with my no music knowledge as Alex is just like, hmm?
Yeah.
Those are words you have just said.
Dream is currently playing spoons in his band. She knows nothing.
I love that you're still playing spoons, even though it's a different band, like an organ band, but the spoons are still.
Yeah. That's the only musical skill that they have.
But it's a beautiful one.
Yeah. The organ man is. You'll give him he is eclectic in his backing groups if he is terrible in every other way.
I mean, Dream
So-
can't sing. Have you heard a cat try to sing? Exactly.
Side note: I still want to play a character who is just Old Long Johnson, the monk. Or something.
I'm sure there's plenty of opportunity in the future.
There is. There is. Oh yeah, Johnson.
Ronald Johnson and Mishka. Mishka, I love you.
That's going to be like one of your opponents in the Battle of the Bands.
Oh, we're gonna lose.
Didn't know they were entering. Anyway, as you sort of tap dance your way along the streets of Melded, you do eventually arrive at this abandoned factory. It was once upon a time used for manufacturing death robots, but just there's no demand for like traditionally made death robots anymore, and they just have to close their doors.
Yeah, now it's all those mass-produced death robots rather than like that. You know, when people used to really put craft into crafting a death robot.
Yeah, it's just the cheap.
So impersonal now.
And you do notice that, but down while the front of the place is largely banal, there is this face painted onto the sculpted onto the side door, that sort of large enough to sort of admit a small car, certainly, even just within the face, and these sort of painted eyes, ringed with sort of decorative lightning bolts and odd graffiti scrawled across the face, turned to you as like, "Who dares enter Thundorus?"
Hey, how's it going, man? We're actually not intending to enter. We have a proposition for you. How would you like?
I am married, I'll have you know.
I mean, I'm not married, but I'm kind of, well, I guess not technically. I'm kind of
Taken.
spoken for. It's complicated, all right? Anyway, not that kind of proposition.
Okay, then.
How happy are you with this whole wall gig thing you got going on? Because you know, you're doing a great job, but like, fancy doing something a bit more creative, a bit more destructive, a bit more free.
What you say does appeal to me, but yet I would need to know more deets.
So, we are in a band. And as part of our artistic expression, we're gonna do, you know, those art installations where you destroy something.
As a door, not really, but I can understand the.
Well, the
broad
art is in the
concept.
concept. Yeah.
I
so-
see. Yeah.
As
So-
a door. Oh, sorry.
So we would really like to, we heard from the guy in the music shop about you, and we thought we liked your vibe and thought you might want to collaborate on this piece with us. It's going to be great. We're gonna destroy a giant mithril organ.
Oh, organs are such fucks.
Right?
Yes.
Right? This guy gets it. Yeah. We knew this guy.
Okay, I am provisionally down, but on one proviso. So,
Proviso away, my friend.
okay, so as I said, I am married, and thus I am a door, and thus cannot actually be with my wife currently, as she is a stained glass window who got moved to the inner city. I would like you to install me nearby so we can actually be together.
Completely doable. Love a true love story. Gonna get you guys back together. Nothing will be closer to my heart. Right, guys? You down?
I guess so. I think we can do that. Yeah, we can do it. Yeah.
Bust a hole in the wall.
Yes.
I mean, two of us have shatter.
We using it near a stained glass wife. I don't see any way this could go wrong.
Yeah,
So
Dream is like, I don't know whether I could not kill anybody in this situation.
I mean,
I'm
I'm
sure
cool with
there'll
that. Like, I don't have blood. It doesn't freak me out.
Yeah, I don't think we kill a door. I don't know if that's like.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's going to be, bureaucrats who try and stop us installing the door.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Anyway,
If it's any help, I do know a lot about door law, and so can probably bamboozle them if they attempt to intervene.
Amazing. And, and Dream, you said you were going for bloodshed, but like, this is all the ultimate goal. These are all the little steps that lead to us murdering the organ man.
seems rather tedious. Why don't we just cut all the stuff in the middle and get to the end goal?
But look, did you not read the small print? I mean, I didn't, but I've only just read it now that Aisha had pointed it out. Look, see, he can't die until Lena has had 3 things done to her. One of them getting hit with a garage door.
Okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't paying attention.
This is one of 3
you
on the to-do
guys.
list. The other one is a tree falling upwards, and the other one is a direct meteor strike. So we'll cross those bridges when we get to them. But right now,
A tree falling upwards, you say?
yeah.
Well, I don't know about upwards, and I'm loath to recommend this as a door, but I know a dark, sinister group that you might want to visit.
Ooh.
If tree falling is your...
Wow, it's a dark and sinister. I'm in.
You need
that's
to
Dream's
go...
deal.
If you want a tree to fall, you need to head to... Then he whispers for the first time, to Beavertown.
I believe I might have been through there in the past.
This door is becoming my favorite NPC.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go back and visit this guy in the main campaign. See how married life is going,
Does the door have a name?
Yeah, his name is Thundorus.
Thundorus, amazing name.
And Thundorus.
What's your wife's name?
Yeah. Her name, which Alex totally knows and isn't making up as we speak, is Ruby Quartz.
Quartz. That's a lovely name.
Please say she has Ruby Wax's voice.
I want to attempt it, but I also don't want to. Oh my god! No, I can't get there. It's too powerful a voice.
So we need to get this door. Sorry, I will stop referring to you as the door. Thundorus, we need to get you off your hinges. Or are you?
Oh, I got something that can get you well off your hinges right here. And I reach into the bag of drugs.
I mean, I would have just suggested a screwdriver personally, and not the drink, because I kind of get the vibe you have.
Boomslang is reaching for a cocktail shaker.
As about his person.
Just a
But you-
pocket one.
Are you sure that we can't interest you in something that Boomslang's got anyway? I'd love to see what happens.
I
if
mean,
the
for
door-
sure, but it just won't help you. Like,
But it
But
might.
you do have nostrils, right?
I mean, they don't go anywhere.
I just start mashing handfuls of stuff onto the not loads, but
You need to keep some of it for yourself.
yeah, like a handful. So for a door, like a bump-sized amount of assorted stuff from the bag, and I just kind of push it towards the door knocker area,
thinking
nose type thing. I'm imagining the door knocker is like a septum ring like that.
Yeah.
So I'm jamming it in there. They're like, all right, so think cozy thoughts. We're gonna get these hinges off.
Like I'm picturing that you're like drugs, like you just have a little bit of spillage at the bottom of your rucksack. So just at the end of the week, you just like gather up everything that's kind of mixed in at the bottom there to be put into.
There's a lot of lint in there.
Yeah.
Like a lot of like just fluff and like old filters and stuff. But then also like genuine cosmic drugs.
Yeah, it's just like a Boomsplank's special blend.
We call it Chateau Slang.
Oh boy.
Okay, so I'll say that you do manage to locate a screwdriver and or whatever other tools you intend to detach him from the door with and sort of load him up onto the cart.
We've got various kind of bladed things and stuff like that.
Right. It is slightly disconcerting because like he's like a pair of doors, not just like a single one. So you have literally just like he's still talking to you while his face is in half.
Oh,
Like
Thundoris, would you prefer to be whole, or are you okay in two halves? Don't wanna.
I mean, as long as you put me back together, right? Like I'm cool.
Cool.
okay.
This guy's so chill. Like, it's such a chill door. I've never met a more chill door.
Must have got a lucky handful. Because that can send you any which way.
Are we taking this collection of stuff home at this point?
I mean, you can drop it off there if you want, just to save the logistics of carrying a door and a massive band around with you.
So are we going to try and do all three of these things to Lena, the mithril automaton organ, at the same time?
I mean, it's like the way Aisha explained it to you is like you could, as long as they all happen to Lena within let's say 24 hours of each other, that will break the invulnerability curse. So like if you say set up Thundoris to blast her on the way home and then you had the other two waiting at home, then that would work. But also you could just do it all at once, whatever is your plot when you've got all your stuff assembled.
Okay. So Lena is normally at home, right?
Lena is currently with the organ man. Like she's basically a vehicle. She's got little robotic legs and walks around.
Okay, sure, cool.
So we're gonna have to wait then.
Well, what we could do is set up some kind of like trifecta ambush, because if we tip them off for the first one, then they might be wary for the other two. And he's going to be really relaxed from the spa. His guard's going to be down. His paws are going to look great. Like he's going to be glowing. He's going to be vulnerable.
Ready to die. So there's three things that we need to do then. So like I think like each of us takes point on each of them. So who's most comfortable with the instruments? It feels like that is either myself or Boomslang.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've got a pretty good vibe with Thundoris, so I don't mind, hanging there, and then you take the lead on one of the other ones.
Sounds good. Okay.
Me and Thundoris can just, hang here a bit. No, I'll come with and help. But I'll leave you with a bit, Thundoris, and then I'll come back.
Oh man, it's good to actually move off the same spot that I've been sitting for 70 years.
Well, when we get back in a sec, once we've done a little bit more prep, we're going to get you all set up. We can, have a bit of a jam, bit of a rehearsal, get you in the garage vibe, because we really need you quite garagey for this.
Sounds rad to me.
Cool. All right. So, are you more of a kind of like you know, like a kind of club vocal garage, or more of like a future garage or bassline type guy? Like, what's your thing?
Whichever of those is a thing that Alex would understand.
They're all garage. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, bassline is a cousin, but it's fine. It's
Thunderous knows a lot about garage. Alex does not. He kind of was a garage.
So I guess before we set off on the next part of the quest, Boomslang is probably going to have a long and animated chat about garage with Thunderous, whilst the other two are like, you know, looking at their watches and being like, come on, we need to get a wiggle on. And he's going to get him set up with, like, you know, they're going to have a little bit of a mini jam so that Thunderous gets to play with the kind of giant trumpet. And Boomslang is actually technically proficient in the hand drum. So, he's going to be kind of playing the beat. And then eventually the other two probably are like,
get a shift on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So, back in a sec, man. Back in a sec. Let's go.
Have you heard Miss TNT's new album?
Miss TNT's always sick, man.
Yes.
Can't believe she's she's a sister of that amazing kind of cleric. But anyway, let's move. We'll talk about this when I get back.
Utterly random fact for someone who doesn't know nothing about any of this. I have actually seen Akala in concert. And I was just like, felt so like out of. It's like I am by far the whitest person here.
Anyway, family.
Yeah.
Okay, Beavertown. Title.
Yes. It is like the outside of Beavertown looks like it was like made for like a sort of happy like 60s kids cartoon, but it's kind of like seen better days. It's just all a bit like all the signs is just sort of hanging off.
I'm imagining a cross between Happy Tree Friends and Boogie Nights.
You just see like a beaver on the corner, just like, can I interest you in some birch?
And Boomslang starts like, oh yeah, and then to the other two are like,
come on.
Later.
Right.
Okay.
Do we know where in Beavertown we're heading?
You didn't have a specifically, just Beavertown in general is the place.
So we're looking for a dark and sinister group who are into making trees fall.
I think just because
because he's a
Thunderous is made of wood, like just the whole of Beavertown, very sinister.
Right. I think we should head to the nearest tavern then and ask some questions.
Okay.
Everyone, all good with that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. What's near a tavern, Alex? What's its lovely name?
Okay. The taverns. What would a beaver name? Let's call it
The Dam, the Lodge.
Yeah. No. The Tavern of the Damned.
In Glasgow, that's very different. Like,
The Tavern of the Damned is what it's called.
Tavern of the Damned.
Nice. Oh, that place sounds lovely.
Again, Dream walks in thinking it's a cult, and it's not.
Oh, it's not a cult.
The Log Jam is the name of the band that's playing. I will take him from our chat.
The Log Jam. That's a good band name. I like that.
With a song going underwater rather than going underground.
Yeah, they have like an upstairs that is just like the above ground, and they have an underwater level of the club as well, of the tavern as well.
I pat Reg and Dream both on the shoulders and say, all right, I'm going to get some drinks. You guys want to look for some sinister beavers? And I give them both bardic inspiration.
Nice.
My inspiration is not as good as Reg's. I think it's a D6.
Can you stack bardic inspirations?
It doesn't say I can't. Oh, you can't stack them, but you can. I think you can give more than one at a time.
Well, no,
right?
but like if different people can use them both at the same
It
time.
says a creature can only have one bardic inspiration at a time. It doesn't say only one creature can have your bardic inspiration at a time.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Cool. So
Otherwise-
yeah, mine's just a D6. So
Cool.
Okay. I just went on a tangent. Like, if you just had a whole party of bards and they all inspired each other at the same time, and they just like, I hit for 50.
that would be incredible. That's the reason that paladin auras don't stack.
Yeah.
Then you just have a whole party of paladins and you pass every saving throw.
Yeah, just like ultimate power, like Hadouken bard. Anyway, back into the actual. Yes, it's quite a busy sort of time of day in here. A lot of them are just drinking birch water or maple syrup. Sometimes a mix of the two or other tree-related beverages.
Like something with ash.
Yeah.
They do a lovely cocktail that's got like crystalline maple syrup around the rim. Boomslang gets 4 of those.
Yeah, can I take one of those as well?
They don't.
Sorry,
however,
sorry, I was getting 4 for the group, 2 for me, but yeah, I
just assumed
I can get 6.
you.
I'll get a 6.
They don't, however, have coconut because coconuts are not really particularly related to the deciduous trees. That's a bit controversial. Like, that's like what the Heston Blumenthal of Beavers has in his restaurant. It's like
Heston Beavertail.
yes, Heston Beavertail.
Beavertail.
Yes.
Beavertail.
Amazing. Okay.
So
Okay.
we were told to look for any kind of dodgy looking beavers in this tavern, which could be any number of the ones that are in here. But
Yeah.
like we have a look around then, Dream.
Okay, make a perception or investigation check, I guess.
I'll do investigation.
Do you want to do this one, Dream? I've rolled a couple of times.
Okay. I got. Let me roll that
And you've got a
again.
D6 if you want, but you don't have to.
$22.
Nice. So you see around, like, this seems to have a bit of a an odd mix. Like this floor seems to be kind of more of like the family restaurant floor, and like the more seedy beavers just head straight to the underwater bit.
Seedy beavers has got to be one of my favorite phrases. Ain't no beaver like a seedy beaver.
Yeah, there's one that's like that you catch just sort of heading on into the water, that's got like a big scar across the face, like an eye patch, a robotic claw, like hydraulic claw in one arm, and smoking. Let's say, yeah, I need to think of another tree other than birch.
Waterproof cigarette.
Yeah, somehow an underwater cigarette.
Right, so we're gonna have to make our way under the water somehow. Dream can. How are tabaxis with water?
Dream's a cat.
Yeah.
They're highly resistant to the idea. Although I think I do actually have a. I think I have where is it? Let me find it. I'm sure I have a water-based something. I have water breathing.
Oh, amazing. And that affects us all for like 8 hours or something, right?
Yeah, 24 hours. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. So Boomslang comes back with like 5 drinks because he drank 1 at the bar. And he hands 1 each to Reg and Dream, and then holds 2 in one hand and is drinking from 1 in the other.
All the beverages are served in like pressurized sippy cups, so you can take them underwater.
Oh, amazing.
Amazing.
He gets to the end of one of them.
Yeah.
Are you done?
Again, also just like this snake face trying to do that is just also perfect.
Again, no lips.
Yes.
BS, we need to go under the water. I think that's where we're headed.
All right, sweet.
I'll cast water breathing then.
Oh, cool. I was just gonna hold my breath. Yeah, that sounds good. That's better.
It'll
that's
be
a much better
easier,
plan.
so you can drink while underwater. How about that?
Respect.
And Dream, are you gonna come with? Like,
No.
you can fly up there? Okay.
Me and water don't mix. It gets in my fur. I don't like it.
No, yeah. I'm not a particular fan, but I feel like after 4 of these cocktails, it feels like I should probably go with BS. But I don't think it'll end well if we let him go on his own. So if you're up here, if you keep an eye out for any CD beavers that might be coming in or leaving.
Please define what seedy means. Because I'm just imagining a beaver covered in loads of seeds.
Someone who looks like they know how to make a tree fall upwards.
Isn't that everybody here?
Everyone here knows how to make a tree fall down, but it takes
Oh.
a special, extra beavery type of beaver to make a tree fall up.
Okay, I got you. I shall look out for a beaver who's also maybe a wizard.
Mm.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I didn't think of that. Yeah, magic.
Right. I will be here and drink this interesting beverage. You guys have fun in the water.
Cheers.
Ugh.
Oh, this one's empty. Hold that. Broomslang's on his last one.
I'm gonna give, like, how much did those drinks cost?
Let's say you had some spare change to avoid causing problems with the timeline again.
Well, I've still got some spare change. Dream, if you need to get yourself another drink, then please go. Like, keep yourself occupied whilst you're looking for these.
That's
Like, just
fine.
push it off the bar. Like, just get one, push off the bar, get another, push off the bar. It's fine.
Don't worry, I can keep myself occupied.
Awesome.
You go in
So
the-
going under.
Horrible water.
Okay, well, I think as you sort of dive into the water, that's a fairly neat point for us to have a quick break before any more nonsense ensues.
Time for Alex to work out what the hell's going on.
There's no working that out. Like, just roll with the punches. It's fine.
What time do you want to come back?
Well, so we're at like 8 and a bit. I don't know.
Well, should we say 8 minutes, which would take us to 2 minutes past 10?
By which
Okay.
I mean 8, I hope.
Yeah, sounds good. Awesome. Cool. See you shortly, folks.
Yeah.
Bye. welcome back. For those of you who are just joining us now, the pre-Flaming Heteros, as they are on a quest to kill the Organ Man, who has signed them up into a terrible music contract, and currently are in Beavertown, looking to in the Tavern of the Damned, looking to find someone who can aid them in finding one of the 3 things they need to slay the Organ Man: a log falling upwards. And Regina and Boomslang are about to go to the underwater level of the Tavern of the Damned.
So obviously we can breathe underwater, but like, are we still just kind of floating on top unless we swim? Like, is the understanding that we need to swim down?
Yeah, I mean, this is functionally just a beaver bar. You're the only non-beaver people here. I mean, there's a koi pew in the corner, but otherwise.
But it's like it's one of those beaver bars that like it's welcoming to everyone, but it's like it's a safe space for beavers.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take off my waistcoat, and I'm going to leave that with Dream because I don't want that getting wet. But going to keep everything else on. Doesn't feel like the right place to expose myself. No, there's no right place to particularly here in
That's only on stage, nowhere else.
Boomslang's gonna keep I'm gonna keep my kind of leather and metal jacket on because it'll help weigh me down, so I can kind of walk along the bottom.
Okay. So, as you two sort of head down these, it's kind of like the shallow end of a swimming pool at this point, but then it just sort of goes underneath, and you are sort of revealed into this packed room full of beavers. It's got sort of like laser lights flying everywhere, and there's a sign across the roof saying "Strip Club," which you realise when you look at the thing, it's literally just there's like a competition on the main stage where they have to strip the bark off a log as quickly as possible with their teeth.
Oh.
Is there a neon sign that says "Logs, logs, logs"?
Yes.
Oh god.
We need art now of that.
Yes. To be the next advert for the next show as well, Sam.
Logs.
There's a band playing a kind of Motley Crue cover, but it's logs, logs, logs.
Oh, amazing.
I just like seeing what's happening on the stage. Just turn to Boomslang and go, performances are a bit wooden, right?
Boomslang daps you up. Fist bump.
Because you're underwater, he just drifts away slightly when you do that.
Also, there's like a kind of like there's a kind of like dirty chuckle at the kind of but it's muffled by the water, so it's like
Okay.
I'm following your lead on this one, Reg.
So I want to have a look around the room for the most suspicious looking character I can see. We saw the person with the scar on the eye patch and the metal claw hand.
Okay, so make a perception check for me.
Ooh, it went right out of my... Lost my D20.
The power of that roll.
Yeah.
That'll be a good roll.
It is a good roll. It's a 26.
Jesus Christ. So you sort of scan across the bar, and there's like some of the usual. There's like there is like you see a couple of ones playing like the knife game, except because they have webbed feet, like every single. It's a bit gruesome.
There's like a soft red haze in the water around them.
Yeah.
Dream would love this. Why are they not down here?
I don't like water.
Yeah.
There's blood sacrifices and everything.
There's one. You see the guy with the robot arm in one corner. You notice that he's like constantly having to like apply grease to his arm because he's underwater with it. So it's more for show than practicality in being a beaver, apparently. There's a sort of a Death Knight beaver, sort of just skull armor up to the things, but just, and then you notice that just like the Death Knight beaver just accidentally spills a bit of their maple syrup beverage over just this shadowy figure in the corner, and then just everyone in the room just freezes. And they're the sort of classic dramatic figure in the corner, because this is fantasy and you've got to have one of those. And just like this knife that is just like the whole like inner section of a beaver's tooth that's been just like cut into a knife just slams into the table.
I think it's him.
I nudge Reg.
Right, this guy. So is he sat alone, or like?
It seems to be just this single figure in shadow. Just they have like an extra large sippy cup, filled with like the strongest of, like whatever fermented nut things that these beers have.
Is there anyone?
On brandy. There we go.
Are there any beavers going around with like trays of shots in this club? Like,
I mean, you could certainly get some at the bar,
but there's none like just walking around giving out like kind of jelly shots or anything.
I guess jelly shots are great underwater because then it doesn't diffuse out.
I'm just like you said, spilled the maple syrup, and it just like that was a horrible like
Just
image in my head.
cloud.
Or just this sort of like
Tendrils of sugar.
there's just like a little one fleck just touch the whiskers of this figure in the corner, and then that's when the room froze.
I guess underwater, all shots have to be jelly shots.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go to the nearest bar and buy 8 jelly shots of I assume like fermented maple syrup.
And Boomslang's gonna post up on the bar separately from Reg. You know, it's probably reasonably obvious that they're together because they're the two non-beavers here. But Boomslang's gonna just kind of keep an eye out across the room as Reg is doing his thing, just to be Overwatch, just to have his back.
Peculiarly enough, the bartender isn't actually a beaver. It's actually my Pyrenean Desmond character from the game of the week.
Oh, what's your name, buddy?
Is it Snoots or something like that?
It's Patat.
Patat, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's Patat.
Patat brothers.
Just jelly shot went down the wrong way. Sorry.
Nice to meet you. I've got like this tray of 8 jelly shots at this point, and I want to kind of like as elegantly as possible, like swim up towards the shadowy figure in the table with these shots, and then just like as powerfully as possible, just like, well, I can't because I'm swimming, but like plonk myself down next to him on the seat and just like shot.
Well, there's not many who would approach me in here, and you see this. She's quite a butch woman, beaver. She has got like sort of tank top on, lots of like spiked collar. Looks like she's sort of probably been in more fights than all of you combined. They call me Beryl. And why would you come over here?
Well, whenever I come in a place like this, I always look for the person who's kind of sitting alone because I feel sorry for them, and I want to try to make them feel included in the room. So, yeah, shot.
I mean, I won't say no to a shot. But I think you've misunderstood the situation here a bit. Like, I'm not on my own here with them. They're on their own in here with me. Whether that makes sense, unclear, but he seems very convinced by like the drama of it.
Reginald is not convinced by the drama of it. But no, honestly, I feel like you're just a very lonely person. Like I can see there's a lot of pain in your heart, and I wanted to just like offer you a shot in a trying time.
Make
This
the
wasn't a good idea to get the
Persuasion check.
I did not expect this approach. This is amazing.
I am rolling well tonight. 27.
What? Wow. That's
There's
good.
just like a single. She looks at you, and then just a single tear is like, maybe that is the case. Maybe that is. And then
A
there's just
single
like she
tear
just starts unreeling her life story to you about like all her tragic backstory, which she has like a lot of.
You mentioned a single tear, but this single tear doesn't roll down her face. You see it bud up in her eye, and it just kind of diffuses in a slightly saltier area of water.
So what was it like growing up?
Well,
Like,
since I was a kid, I've been forced into monster hunting. They call me Tracker because that was my job. My parents were eaten by monsters, and then my foster parents were eaten by monsters, and then my second foster parents were also eaten by monsters. The third one's just like got lost somewhere, but they were probably eaten by monsters.
got lost.
And so, yeah, yeah, I didn't like the fourth ones. But anyway, like a lot of parents were eaten by monsters. So I at age 3, I started training to be the best monster hunter in the universe, and now here I am.
Well, you do need to catch them all. That's what I say. And like that must have taken like a heavy toll, right?
Yeah, you never make friends, and then when you do, they get eaten by monsters as well. It's
Well, I feel like I've made a friend, but I worry if that means I'm going to be eaten by a monster.
I mean, everyone is eventually. I won't worry about it too much.
That's a life lesson that I didn't expect to be learning this evening.
Yes.
Eventually, we'll all get eaten by monsters.
Yeah, I mean, so the monster might not be like got fangs and stuff. The monster might be capitalism. It might be disease. It might be various other things, but it is ultimately all monsters.
So when
But they
you
were
say-
literal ones that ate my parents, not like metaphorical ones.
across to the bar, and Reg is talking to Potat, and is like, "So I feel like the real monster is inside me." And then cut back.
And so at that point, I'm gonna like turn to look at the boomslang and go, "So, Beryl, my friend and I, we were watching from across the bar. That's why I'm here.
And we liked your vibe.
We like the vibe, and that's why I'm over. Just like thought you need a little bit of company. We've gone through all of these shots. Would you mind if I invited over my friend Boomslang?
Yeah, I mean, now we know each other. Like, I'd love to meet your friends too.
Or just so you know, it can be quite intense. But it takes a little bit of getting to know him.
That's okay. So can I. I did just tell you about my 17 sets of parents who all got eaten by monsters.
Yeah, it didn't take much. Didn't take much to get through. So I just call over to Boomslang and be like, "Boom, boom, BS."
So as I was saying, oh yeah, sorry, one sec. I'll catch you in a sec, Potat. Lovely to meet you, man. So can I get a couple of shots? Yeah. So Boomslang kind of loads up his arms with a couple more shots just in case. And instead of walking, kind of undulates, like swims like a sea snake across the room, kind of, and kind of drifts over to the table.
Hi there, snake hips.
Oh, yeah, all right. That's the first time I've heard that one. That's a good one. Yeah, nice. Yeah, my name's Boomslang. Yeah, me and Reg, we've been through some stuff together. He's a good guy.
She does like one of those. On her end, she's doing like one of those like bro,
The kind of Spartan handshake type.
Yeah,
thing.
but I'm imagining that you're kind of a bit wiggly there.
Yeah, and also like Boomslang is not very beefy, and so her hand probably goes a decent way around his forearm. Like her finger and thumb probably touch. Because I'm imagining she's got quite a big beaver, right?
Big webbed hands.
Yeah. He goes, oh, you're right. Yeah. Yeah. Good to meet you. So, yeah. I mean, what's up? And he turns to Reg.
We've just been getting to know each other. It's been like life story sharing. Not that I've shared very much. It's been quite cathartic, I feel, for the tracker. But like, yeah, I don't know if it's worth us like telling a little bit about us, like, because we're in this. We're the only, other than like the wonderful bartender, we're the only non-beaver people in this place.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I love an accepting space like this. Like it's great to, have a space for beavers, but also, it's cool that, you let us kind of, experience your vibe as well. Yeah, my name's Boomslang. Obviously, I'm relatively new here. But Melded's a bit strange, but we've been, we met doing a thing together, and now we work together, and now we'd like to not work for the person we work for, but that's just a little thing,
Oh, I can relate to that. I mean,
right, bosses, am I right?
But I mean, like I've killed monsters for some shitty guys, but then I decided they were monsters and killed them too. So I can relate in that sense.
Red, weren't we just talking about this exact same? It's fate. It's fate.
Serendipity, isn't it? Serendipity.
Who's that?
Who's your monster then?
A true bastard. Goes by the name of the Organ Man. But
I've heard of him.
Not the Organ Master, the Organ Man. Apparently, they're different.
I've heard of him too. But yeah, was he the one who did Uptown Knoll? Sam's face is worth this alone.
Sadly, yes. Uptown Knoll.
Yeah, we're actually, and don't tell anyone, but we're actually the backing vocalists on that track. That's the part of the problem, really. We're trying to get out of this contract. We didn't read the small print. It was all very shiny. Some of us were drunk. Like,
one of us didn't pay attention to what they were signing at all. They just signed it.
Actually, on that note, we've got another of our friends is upstairs, but like water averse. So I don't know. Is there a way to drain down here, or we could go up the stairs and like introduce you? It'd be lovely for you to meet the whole gang.
Oh yeah, I'm up for that.
Which strain?
The Death Knight is like somebody was killing my vibe anyway.
Boomslang shoots the Death Knight a dirty look.
The Death Knight just sort of like, there's just the water is just a bit more yellow for a second.
I know I don't want to derail the episode, so I'm not going to cast Compelled Duel. I think Reginar sees Boomslang about to cast Compelled Duel and just grabs his wrist.
Just don't make me improv the stats of a Beaver Death Knight.
Just keeping you on your toes, Alex.
So we're going back up.
Okay, so you'll head back upstairs and sort of get a little suitably quiet booth in the corner.
Dream. Come over here.
Okay.
Well, Dream, I assume, is just like sitting a bit away from the other two because you are, despite the fact you're out of the water now, very soggy. So
yeah.
Maybe me, Reg, and Tracker are sitting on in a booth and getting the whole bench wet, and Dream is specifically on a stool the other side of the table so as not to get wet from the booth.
Yes.
Dream, have you been keeping an eye on my waistcoat?
You had the waistcoat on?
You turn around and there's like a little baby beaver wearing your waistcoat.
Okay.
What is the name for a baby beaver?
Kit, I believe.
Kit. Cool.
Oh, cute.
What am I doing to this beaver?
At least you didn't make eye contact when you said it. It's fine.
Anything that I can do is just going to like really harm the beaver, and I feel like that's not.
Could just
good
ask
plan.
for it back. Just to throw
Yeah.
that out there.
I'm not going
I
to
can-
bother.
I'll be like, don't worry, Reg, I got this, and I'll just kind of walk over while they're starting the conversation, and I'll kind of squat down to the Kit's level, thinking that I'm being very like nice and friendly, but it probably looks a little bit like weird, this giant snake guy talking to this tiny beaver child.
Hey,
Then I'm
mister,
gonna-
you are very scary.
No, I'm not. And I cast suggestion.
What's
So I'm
what's
gonna
the same-
I believe that's a wisdom save.
They fail.
Okay, so I'm gonna say I'm not scary. That lovely waistcoat actually belongs to my friend. Do you mind if I grab that back? I mean, it looks great on you. You should probably get your own one. Maybe ask your parents for your birthday or something. But he does need it back. It's kind of, you know.
Oh, I'm so sorry, mister. I will.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry.
So I can
Just,
just have it. Daddy, and Dad. Like, can I get a waistcoat like the man over there?
And I hold up the waistcoat at the side to be like,
And
then
the two beaver dads are just like, this is weird, but sure.
peace. And I go over and I put it around Reginald.
Thanks, BS. Right, we should cut to the chase now, and this is like not saying this out loud, but we need to just like make a move.
Tell me about your monster. Tell me about your monster then.
So as I said, Joe Williams, terrible songs. We're in the band. We want to leave the band. To leave the band, we need to destroy the organ, which means no more terrible songs. You can take them off a jukebox in this place after that. But to do that, we need to destroy the organ in 3 different ways, and one of them, we were told by a lovely door that someone here might be able to help. We need to make a tree fall upwards onto the organ.
Tree or log?
Or log,
you know,
yeah.
it wasn't super clear in the
I mean,
script.
I think I could help you with that. I could build you a nice log trap. You like propel the log upwards into the underbelly of this thingy that you got to kill. Easy peasy.
Amazing. See, told you, Reg. Fate. Dream. We were just saying down there. Fate.
I take your word for it. I wasn't really paying attention. I apologize about the waistcoat. I was just more interested in all these little beavers.
Did you see any CD beavers whilst you were waiting?
I saw one eating loads of seeds.
I feel like the lesson on seediness didn't quite sink in, but we're good. We'll workshop it. It's cool.
There's just a beaver in the corner just eating a massive bowl of strawberries.
Yeah, it's probably Dream was also like, I want some strawberries.
So Tracker.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, amazing that you've got the skill set. Like, I mean, so are you free today? Because we're on a bit online.
Yeah. I mean, I think in exchange for this, because like this is an desirable skill set. At a later point, I would like you to help me slay the monster I'm tracking at the minute. If that's okay, you seem like competent warrior sorts.
What's the monster?
Well, it's called Big Pharma.
Okay.
And
it holds a monopoly on copyrights of various medicines that are causing massive inflation for various treatments, and therefore I'm going to kill it.
oh, it's not literally a giant farmer. Okay.
No. I killed one of them once too, but no, this is a different. It's out with a PH.
And is it a being, or are you still talking metaphorically like it's a system and you need us to?
I mean, it's a system and a being. It's metaphors are a bit weird down here.
Kind of like this character we're going to meet in a few weeks called Dewey Decimal. I think it's similar, right?
Oh yeah, I also have heard of that character that you will meet in a few weeks.
We all of us get one nosebleed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Big Pharma, we can do that, folks, right? We can take down Big Pharma at some point.
I mean, me and systems have never really got on. So, yeah, happy to stab a system in the face or shatter a system or, you know,
Shattering system
destroy a system with a giant beam of moonlight, or all sorts of ways you can destroy a system, really.
That sounds yeah.
Apart from the inside. From the inside, very difficult. From the outside, possible.
I mean, I once exploded out the stomach of student loans. That was an interesting experience.
Stuart
Loan. What a bastard.
Okay, so we need to, at some point, install a door in the city centre and take down Big Pharma. This list is getting longer.
It'll be okay. It'll be okay. So, Trapper, would you mind coming to our studio to set up that part of the trap? Because we've got another part of the trap we're going to set up there, and then there's a third part and stuff.
I mean, I'm a professional. If you just show me where, I'll set it up. Tell me what you need. Big log falling upwards.
Big log, uppercut, all good.
Okay.
Stuart Dent loans. Yes, Alex.
Right, that is 2 down. 1 to go.
All right, yeah, come with us back to the studio. We'll show you where to set up, and we'll introduce you to Thundoras. Great guy, amazing trumpet player, decent MC. Great.
Okay. So I'll assume that we'll get to that bit in the planning later, just to make it easier on you guys, as this is a one shot. So when we get to the arena that you're constructing around this, we'll let you choose where this trap will be built then. But in retrospect, it happened now.
Yeah, Trapper's working on it while we're doing the last
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Dream. I think this one's on you.
So, direct meteor strike. Various cosmic beings could bring down a meteor, I guess. So we need to go and find some cosmic powered or people who are strong enough to bring down a meteor.
I mean,
Cosmic power. What are all those like amulets and stuff around your neck? You must know a thing or two about cosmic power, right?
Yeah. I've not really paid attention much on that. I just like them because they're pretty. I get them as like a gift when I join a cult, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you've joined enough cults, surely there's got to be maybe one that can cool down a meteor. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert.
Yeah, there's the Zodiac people. They might be fun to talk to.
make a religion or arcana check.
Religion or karma check. Let's go, I guess, religion.
And remember, you have inspiration if you need it. D6.
Oh, so roll a d6 as well.
If you want, yeah.
If I want. Let me find my d6. My glow in the dark one. Yeah.
The most eldritch.
Yes. 17.
Okay, so you can think of like doomsday meteors are quite a recurring theme in a lot of cults. The trick will be to find one that actually has the power to back it up and isn't just like writing like meteor impact fanfic, basically. The one now, the thing that you consider with a 17 is that the meteor doesn't actually have to like destroy anything. And in some ways, like being hit by a meteor would probably be quite bad for you to be in the same planet, because Mildred is, while big, not the size of a planet by any means. And so you think you have the perfect group. There is a cult called the Peapod People. And they are basically a bunch of various individuals who are the size of about a pea. And so their idea of an apocalypse is very, very small. So they...
And Psychon moment, micrometeors are a really big problem for satellites and spaceships and stuff. You know, when something's even very tiny, if it's going super fast in space and there's no air resistance to slow it down, it can cause really big problems for a lot of spacecraft and satellites and space telescopes and stuff. Like the James Webb Telescope, named after a bad guy, but whatever. It can't point in certain directions anymore because there's too many micrometeors coming from that direction. Sorry, I just thought we had to do some Psychom at some point.
The International Space Station gets hit by them all the time, and it leaves like such huge problems like in them. Like there was one that was maybe like a tiny little speck of paint off of another satellite, hit the International Space Station, left like a golf ball sized hole in the side.
Yeah, wow. They're going faster than bullets.
Yeah, horrible.
Wow. There you go. So perfect.
Space junk, baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know that the Peapod people would actually be meeting today at the cult cafe. They literally have a little Peapod in the corner that they meet in.
I love them. I love them. I know just the people. We need to go now though, because they're just starting their meeting.
Cool.
Okay.
We don't want to intrude. Let's go.
Okay. So you head off at the cult cafe and say hello to the. It's a different person at the bar than you'll meet in several weeks, because it is. This is a manticore named Larry.
Hello.
Hi there, Dream. And you spot the last few Peapod people heading. It's like one of those like. It is like one of the sort of like country village, like biggest Peapod entrance. So it's a fairly big people. There are quite a lot of the Peapod people, but they're just still very small individually. You sort of approach their sort of big runner bean over on the side.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh, hi, Dream.
I'm going to need a favor. You know your apocalypse thing?
Yes, the world will be purged with our eternal death fire.
Yeah, we're going to need that. Remind me again what exactly we need it for? Oh, yeah, to destroy an organ.
I mean, like, they sort of like, you hear them sort of muttering for a second. It's like, well, I mean, like, it doesn't really matter to us where it hits as long as it crashes here and destroys everything, bringing about a new age.
Stop, Alex, stop. Oh, I compose myself.
This was innate to your character concept that you pitched me.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I definitely think they can destroy something. Yeah, so basically we need to why do I not pay attention to this stuff?
So you are technically the biggest Peapod person because you have also joined them at some point.
Yeah.
Does Dream get a +1 or +2? Can they bring
She
friends?
can't
to
fit inside their meeting house in general because she's a leopard and they're peas. But I think you tend to prefer the sort of community aspect of these cults rather than the actual work. It's like, well, we're only missing one thing to bring about our Gottendammerung. We need the blood of an angel.
Okay, I can get that. Do we know an angel that we can get the blood from, guys?
Not for a couple of weeks.
I mean, it's melded. How far can we be from some kind of planar being? I mean, surely we can just go to Divine Town, go to a couple of bars, maybe like
Go to Angel Delight.
Delight. I think Delight is playing tonight. Actually, we could go to the bar where Delight's playing, and
swipe some blood. Okay, got it. I got my sacrificing knife, and that is
Very specific.
It's separate from all the other knives.
Yeah, it's separate from all. This is one particularly for angels.
Do you have have you have like fish knives and like vegetable knives? You just got like all different sacrificing knives for sacrificing different things.
Yes.
And it's really, really rude to use the wrong knife.
Yeah.
Like it's a massive faux pas in the cult community.
Yes.
I can't believe you used the devil knife on a demon.
Like often it still works, but it's just like, how gauche.
If you're gonna end the world, you got to do it properly.
Yeah. It's got some etiquette to these kind of things.
Yes.
Okay.
So the Angel Delight is indeed playing later, but the problem is that performance is going on late, so you'd have to get to her before her performance.
Okay.
All right. So if we hustle.
Okay. Maybe we can send the Peapod people to where the trap is being established, and then we go off and get blood, and then we come back in time, and then hopefully everything will go according to plan.
Okay. Feels like that's a long way to get them to travel. Like we could just take them in our pockets.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll nip by home because like the organ man, he loves the spa. He's gonna be there a while. Like he's got to get a really good manicure because he loves, like, he's always chipping his nails, playing the organ. So, and he's got like 40 fingers, so we're gonna be fine. Well, because he needs to play all the levels of the organ at the same time. He's got all those keyboards, and that organ has like 10 keyboards. So he's got like several out of each elbow. He's got several forearms with all different hands and fingers.
You're retconning this guy to be a lot like more horrific than he already was, and you've got to fight him. So
why?
It's like, okay, you have 5 bonus actions around. That's fine.
Have any of you seen Everything Everywhere All at Once?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just imagining now he's got like the hot dogs for hands.
Oh no!
Thanks for reducing the power a little bit. Yeah.
Oh no!
So yeah, we can drop the Peapod people back at the place, and then we can grab Angel Delight's blood, head back, pay off the Peapod people, spring the trap, and then we can do our debts for Tracker and for Thundorus.
Yes. So I'll say, like, you get the Peapod people up to the house, and like, we will begin the incantations and the rites soon. Death will rain upon us from the heavens.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
It takes them a while to draw out because they're very small and they need to draw a very large, like, eldritch summoning circle.
We'll leave you with that.
Okay.
Right. Let's go get some angel blood.
Divine Town.
So, Divine Town. So you are after Angel Delight, the Angel of Pudding.
Of course.
She is probably in her dressing room for a few hours ahead of time. Like when you are the goddess of pudding, like there are always chocolate stains. Like she has a team to like get them out before the performance.
She still hasn't learned to just wear brown patterns.
But if she does, it's white chocolate. There's no escaping it. She is the angel.
Okay.
Like a Teflon top, just like.
Just wears a waterproof on stage.
So I guess we I guess we go to the club and try and get backstage. I guess, right?
So there's a Sorry, I've been distracted by Alex on comments. So yeah, you passed the bouncer. You've been to this establishment before. The bouncer knows you. It's like, oh, she's in the back, and you were sort of like ushered onto the dressing. You take 10 points of psychic damage for that.
I'll take everyone. I deserve it.
Yeah. That's Khalil, not Boomslang. So you sort of knock on the door, and it's sort of like, well, hello there. Haven't seen you in a long time, Reginar.
Oh no. Hi. How's
You're
it going?
sumptuous as ever.
Dream, have you got that spoon?
Spoon?
Yeah, I've got spoons on you.
Oh, yeah, sure. But I feel like Dream's like, this is getting gross already. I'm just going to go out there and get Dagger out and do it.
I'm positively oozing with anticipation as to what.
Oh my god, please stop what is going on right now. And there's like,
you make
look,
me
Dream is arrow ace. Come on, of course. Then it's going to be like, this is fucking gross. Stop this. Knife time.
Militantly ace.
I think we should get a militantly ace shirt on the store as well.
Yeah, and it's a picture of Dream with a dagger, just like.
Yes, I fully advocate this. I will buy it.
Okay, I'll add that to my to-do list.
On the subject of merch,
hey!
Guys of Barbarians.
Oh, that's good. That's quite good. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I don't like where this conversation is going. So, we're only here for your blood.
Oh,
so,
you sweet thing. So I'm gonna just. If you're going to invent this character, I'm going to get as many puns out of it as I can. Sorry.
Yeah, right. Yeah, a Dream just like, oh.
So as Dream is doing this, Boomslang doesn't know this Angel Delight, but senses that this approach, like, doesn't know whether this approach is going to work or not, but is like just willing it to work and is going to cast Enhance Ability on Dream to enhance their charisma.
Okay.
So if you need to roll any charisma checks, you have advantage.
Okay, thanks. I mean, I was just gonna do maybe just, I don't know what role this would be. What role would it be to just directly go up and use a dagger on someone, not killing them, obviously.
To non-lethally stab someone is your question.
Although obviously Dream thinks they want to stab them now, but
oh sugar,
stop. Dream's like, please stop, otherwise I will use this knife fully to shut you up.
What brings you here anyway?
Here for your blood.
Oh, is that all?
Reginald, what? What
It's
is
like-
going? How? What?
I mean, would you be into that? Like, you know,
I mean, she looks at Reginald. It's like, I think we can make a deal. And she just winks at him.
Okay, I will be Big Spoon if you let us have some blood. And Reginald's just like sweating, like
Yeah.
bloods of sweat.
is it anime sweat? Like the
Yeah.
one big drop of sweat?
Oh, that sounds delicious. Deal.
Mhm.
And she just like
The dessert spoon.
just picks it. Yeah. She just like
Imagine
picks up
yourself.
a little pair of scissors from her desk that's used for sort of. When they say this, she doesn't. She looks like if an angel was made out of like chocolate, sort of molten chocolate. And so she just sort of like gets this pair of scissors and just like this stream of like strawberry fondant just pours down into a little.
A dagger.
Oh, honey.
Oh, shut up.
Boosline tries to catch some in his cocktail shaker. He empties out the cocktail shaker and tries to catch some in it.
You
Hands it-
definitely catch some strawberry fondant.
Okay, Dream's gonna disappointingly put the dagger away and be like, I don't want to ever see you again, but thanks.
I mean, you're the one who came into my dressing room. Cupcake.
Yeah, Dream, diplomacy, yeah.
Right, if I ever see you again, I might just stab you, okay? Goodbye. And just walks out.
Okay, so as she's are you two leaving as well?
I'm kind of frozen.
But yeah, Boomslang puts his arm round Reg and is kind of like guiding him out, and in a kind of reassuring way, like I got you, but also we need to leave. And it's like, yeah, we'll definitely see you later. Bye, definitely, 100%, we'll definitely see you later. Bye, yeah, bye.
I'll
yeah,
see you after later,
yeah.
Regina.
I'm 100% lying. I'm trying to get my buddy Reginar out of a situation, but yeah.
I was going to turn to
Definitely that, like American or whatever viewers probably have no idea what we're going on about with Angel Delight.
Angel Delight is like, it's like if custard mated with like I don't know, some kind of like ectoplasm, I guess.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
If custard fucked ectoplasm, that's Angel Delight.
That should be on their like branding.
Which could refer to both that dessert and that angel.
In fact, their parents are custard and ectoplasm.
Yeah. It comes in various flavors, and I think we're all in agreement that it's kind of weird, even by British standards.
So as we
people like it more.
As we kind of walk away, I stare straight ahead, but just be like, let's never talk about this again.
Completely fine with me, but
Agreed.
I think if we become friends, Regina, I'm happy to go back there and stab her.
I feel like you might cause hellfire to rain down on us from some of the other gods.
That's fine. I've got some demon buddies. There'll be a whole war going on. That'd be great. Be exciting.
I don't think that's going to be sensible for us.
You're no fun.
Right, what are we doing? We've got all the things we need now, right?
Yep. So I assume at this point you're just sort of all heading back and sort of beginning to set up. So where do you want to spring this trap? You know that the Organ Man wanted a band practice, with you later. He's got like one of those sort of like insulated padded recording rooms, but he's got like a sort of one of those slightly pretentious, like glossy mansions. It's a bit of a muck mansion. There's a sort of driveway up to that, which you'd presumably walking Lena up.
Is there like a big like foyer entranceway into the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like setting up in the driveway would be too obvious. You would see that. I feel like it needs to be like just inside. We can have all the light down.
Yeah. So he's got you could certainly set it up in the foyer in such a way as he and Lena would have to walk over it to sort of trigger it all.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Dream, all happy with that?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay. So it'll be essentially back at the McMansion.
Yeah. So you hand over the strawberry fondant to the Peapod people, and they're like, "This blood will open the doors to beyond, and we will stare into the abyss that looks through."
Whilst they're doing it, I want to like. I assume I'm allowed to speak to the Peapod people. They won't be annoyed if
We
I speak.
welcome all who would share our vision of blood and fire.
No, I don't want to join. I just want to have a conversation.
Why not? It's a great cult.
Well, because we were sent off to like stab a demon, and we've ended up with strawberry fondant. Like, I think that's enough of a reason for me not to join the cult.
I thought she was an angel.
Sorry, I zoned out for a little bit. You joining another cult, Dream?
No, I am being offered to join a cult. No, I'm not. I'm being offered. I'm not.
You could be the second largest of the Peapod people.
So, quick recap. We decided we're going to set up the arena just in the foyer of the Organ Man's mansion.
So I guess we're drawing a pentagram in strawberry fondant.
Yes.
Sticky floors.
There's some like incense going on.
The thing is, sticky floor would really fit with the garage vibe as well.
It's all coming together. It's like we planned it.
I mean, I would say you could also fit Thundorus like behind, like replace the existing door with Thundorus, but facing inwards, so there wouldn't be any obvious difference from the outside. But when you walk through, Thundorus is behind them.
Yeah, I like that. And then I guess Tracker's trap. So it would have to be.
Yeah, it would be under the
pentagram.
Yeah.
So like as the power of the pentagram triggers, there's this uppercut from this log, and Thundorus closes behind everyone and starts playing garage.
Yes.
What a sequence of events. Like you know how the Legend of Vox Machina was like really impressive on Amazon Prime if you've seen it. Like nothing that they've done would top seeing what you just described.
The soundtrack would be amazing.
It would be. Alex would be rapping.
Yeah, that's the thing that will definitely be happening and not terrible.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask just very quickly why the Peapod people want the end of the world.
I mean, that's how the New Age begins.
What's the New Age?
I mean, to be honest, it's kind of like this one, but there's like better stuff.
I mean, I'm not gonna give you any grief. I'm all about trying to break through to a new thing. But I mean, anyway, it's not for now.
I mean, they said there would be sandwiches, like lots of sandwiches.
Oh yeah, there'll definitely be sandwiches. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just as long as you stick to the plan, there'll definitely be sandwiches. Promise.
Like tastier ones than are known to mortals. This universe.
Sure.
You guys don't sound convinced.
I mean, to be honest, the scriptures are like in some kind of vague language in places, but they do sound really positive.
That's the power of interpretation, though. That's what faith is. You just gotta
Exactly.
stick to the plan, do like we agreed, and everything will be fine.
I mean, we're 95% sure it's sandwiches. There's like a 5% chance it might be eternal torment for all souls everywhere, but 95%
Just
sure
roll
it's
the
really good
dice.
sandwiches.
So we've got a trap set up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are you all ready to?
Based on music.
Yes.
So yeah. Have we got any other prep we want to do? Any spells we want to cast before?
Yeah. Anyway,
before
what's
the
your
organ
position?
man gets home.
Let's say for the sake.
I'd quite like to be what's that film? Is it Entrapment? No. I'd like to be like kind of spread-eagled above the door.
Okay.
Like in the hallway above the door, waiting
Make
to drop
me
down.
an athletics check.
Oh god, can I not do acrobatics?
I'll allow acrobatics. I just like
Oh, not great. If it's athletics, then it's 7. If it's acrobatics, it's 13.
I'll say it's acrobatics. I'm just gonna roll something here to decide how that plays out. Okay. Okay, we'll come to that later. So you do, but your arms are like wobbling because like you got it there a bit too early, realistically.
Yeah, Boomslang's confidence has completely outweighed his capability in this respect. Yeah.
So Boomslang is like ready to do like a ninja drop from the ceiling. Where are Dream and Regin are going to be?
I'm going to cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
Oh, so was I.
Amazing.
Tracker's like, well, I'm heading off now. I've set up your trap. It's a beaut, even by my own standards, if I don't say so myself. And come meet me later at the bar. We'll plot how to kill Big Pharma.
Love it.
I'm
you.
also gonna cast when I hear movement outside the door. I'm gonna cast branding smite on myself as well.
And the Peapod people are just they're hiding like in a little grate nearby, just to watch their little Armageddon that they're dreaming of.
I'd like to have at least one of the Peapod people on my person, if possible.
That's fine.
Is it possible to have a Peapod person on my person?
I suppose Dream, being a honorary member of the Peapod cult, should have, I don't know, maybe the highest standing Peeps in the cult.
The prime Peapod person is in your pocket.
Yes.
Yes.
Their name is
be on my shoulder, I guess. Because they want to watch, don't they?
On your pauldron. Sorry, the prime Peapod person is on your pauldron. There you go.
Yes. Peeking off your pauldron.
I get given one of the Peapod people, and I'm holding it, and I just go.
You project the Peapod person parabolically.
Why would you do that?
My death will bring about the end even swifter.
Splats into a wall.
Reg, no, they're my friends.
Yeah, let's be honest, they're all gonna die.
They're not gonna last much longer.
Well, why don't you just grant them the death that they want?
I'm not actually dead.
Oh, good.
I'm just grievously wounded.
It's just mushy peas now.
Yeah. I've transcended to the
Starts
next
getting
form.
really emotional.
Oh, boy.
At this point, while you are terrorizing the people, you hear the sound of like clunking mechanical legs walking up the driveway, and the sound of a church organ like playing. He's singing his own theme tune, which is, of course, the Organ Man, which I did.
If only there was a royalty-free version.
You're the Organ Man. And so on. I won't kill our viewership entirely with terrible singing. And as he's obviously sort of wrapped up in his spa day. He's feeling nice and fresh. Let's just roll some initiative now, just so we can get this flowing nice and fluidly.
Everyone gets +4 from my aura.
Okay, 22 for me.
12.
Yeah, it's a 12 from me as well. I rolled badly.
He is more dexterous.
I have a +4 to Dex.
Probably Boomslang.
I have a +3, so yeah.
So, and that would be. So I need to up my light level so I can actually see my own dice. Light level, activate. Right. So, okay, interesting. So that's. And then that would be. I believe there. Okay. So, as the organ man sort of scuttles through the door on the back of Lena, there is just like a brief moment where the doors just sort of quietly shut behind as he passes through, and then you hear the chanting of the Peapod people quietly coming from the guttering as he steps into the circle, and all hell breaks loose. So what functionally happens at this point is I think we're going with all of these traps are activated at once. As his first steps into the Lena's first steps into the circle, Thundorus just sort of suddenly blasts out garage music through the trumpet and the drums and everything, and like the whole of Lena is like flipped on its side into the circle. At which point the circle ignites in fire, and like all these pentagrams and like runes and stuff like. And then
it's a lovely fragrant strawberry fire.
Yeah. So,
a bit too sweet, but also delicious.
It's like a bit cinder toffee, a bit strawberry. And simultaneously the floor opens up below. And what? So you were thinking maybe this might be like a spring-loaded log or something. What apparently Trekker's actually done is attach like rocket boosters to the bottom of a log. So simultaneously, the log shoots up from below, like rocketing up as this sort of. It's actually like a sort of pomegranate-sized meteor hits it from above, and just suddenly there is just like a crack of electricity as like this bizarre magical spell is just diffused, launching off the side. Like Lena doesn't actually take any damage from this. This is just to break the spell, although there's like massive scorch marks and it's like upside down. And now we go to initiative, starting with Regina. The spell is broken, Lena is vulnerable, and the organ man must die.
So I'm still invisible at this point.
Yes.
Is Lena going to join the fray?
Yes.
Okay. At this point, I will cast Shatter on Lena.
Nice. So what's that I need? That save?
Con, I believe.
Yeah, con save.
Con save. That is a 24. Lena
Wait.
is a tough old mithril machine, even.
I believe it's a disadvantage if they're made of
Absolutely.
something inorganic,
Is that the case?
like metal. Shatter is especially good for this kind of thing.
Let's check Shatter.
Sorry, I don't mean to be rules lawyer, but
No,
also,
that's fine.
Please do if it's like very,
Yeah.
very powerful organ.
a creature made of inorganic material such as stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on this saving throw.
Excellent. Okay, so in that case, we re-roll that. That is one lower. So they rolled an 18 and a 19.
Well,
I tried.
That misses.
Oh no, it's just
So
half
it's
damage.
like,
I think.
it's like kind of. So does that do no damage on our save? Or half
I mean,
damage?
it's half. I think.
Creature take or half as much on a success.
Okay, cool.
So I cast like that. Fourth, so it's 9 points of damage.
Nice.
And at this point, Dream, you used your inspiration, your bardic inspiration, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
So I'd like to cast bardic inspiration on Dream once again. And since it worked so well earlier on, I'm going to do an invisible river dance. So just for the organ man, there's just like clacking noises. No idea where it's coming from.
Okay, so like as this like shatter blasts out, there's like, you know, when the sort of like sort of anime protagonist blasts off on the ground, just like cracks around the organ, and just like you hear this sort of creaking of metal. At this point, do you have any bonus actions? Oh, you did the thingy. So yeah, Lena's turn is now. As Lena can't see Dream or Red. Wait, was it regular invisibility or was it improved invisibility you cast?
Who?
So are you visible again now? Is the basic question.
Was it the level 2 or the level 4 version?
I did level 2, so I should be visible again.
Okay, so as Boomslang is currently on the ceiling and Dream's still invisible, Lena just stomps up towards Regina. Now, Lena has an ability called Trample, which is any creature that that goes within 5 foot of her must make a saving throw.
Which type?
Strength, please.
Strength. Ugh. 5.
You still have. Oh no, yeah, 2 low.
Okay, so is that 5 total?
Yeah.
Okay, so like you are just like these big thundering legs, like, and you are like the shockwaves of it running are enough to knock you prone and deal you. That was pretty lucky on your part. 5 points of bludgeoning damage, and that's just the movement. At this point, like one of these sort of larger pipes just sort of like articulates down to thwack you like a massive mace. So that will be.
I'm sure it's
17 hit.
Yeah, it is.
I'm sure it's only like 1d4 damage. So you're probably fine.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Nothing is up. If I kill you all in this prologue, that's going to be kind of awkward. But whoopsie.
That's your job.
Ooh, ouch. Sorry. So that is 1 point short of maximum damage. So that is 19 points of bludgeoning damage on that hit. And the second one that does 16 hit.
That is my AC, so yeah.
Okay. So that would be 15 points of bludgeoning damage with that.
Hell!
And that is Lena's go. Bring us to Boomslang.
Okay.
At this point, I think this is the point where we qualify what happens with that roll you made earlier.
I was going to ask.
You finally give out and you just drop splat on top of Lena.
Amazing. That's exactly where I wanted to be. So, if you wouldn't mind reminding me about the small print of the contract. So, do we have to destroy Lena before we can harm the organ bastard?
You can harm the organ man, but you can, like, basically...
We can't kill the organ bastard
mechanically,
until Lena is dead?
you can't drop below 1 hit point until Lena's dead.
Yeah. Okay, great.
You can
So, whilst on top of this organ monster, I'm just going to let loose with my attacks.
Nice.
Oh, or do I... Yeah, no, yeah, I'm just going to go straight away and attack. So I have 3 attacks. Because I have 2 and then 1 with a bonus action because of my other sword. And I rolled absolutely fucking terribly. I rolled a 16, a 16, and a 12.
So what was this to do, sorry?
2 16s.
And
lower.
Are you trying to hit
Lena?
Lena. No, that doesn't hit Lena, I'm afraid.
I thought as much. That's my whole turn. That was my action and bonus action, and I feel like an absolute idiot. That's my turn. Just rolled like shit. But I'm on top of Lena, and I'm kind of nestled amongst the pipes, and I'm kind of just kind of vibing.
Canonically,
sorry.
I was going to say, canonically, we're going to have to be revived by Lavinia at this point.
I've got a few hit points. I should be okay. Maybe.
Yeah, that's how you met Lavinia. She was the cleric.
As the trap is sprung, as I'm falling, as the trap is sprung, I'm like, this is for my man Thundoras, true friend. You know he comes through for us.
Yeah. Okay, so that is actually a good point.
He's got a nice voice like Freeman Morgan. You know the guy who's got to die is the man of organ. Sorry, bad freestyle is Blue Sang's thing. I couldn't not.
I mean, great. It's beautiful. Loved it. 10 out of
10. So that brings us round to Dream.
10. I'm gonna do Eldritch Blast on. And I forget. I think because what level are I at? So there's 5th level with 2 beams, and there's 11th level at 3 beams. So
yeah.
So let's cast.
You get 3 beams.
Okay, 3 beams. So 1 at least on Organ Man, and maybe the other 2 on Thingy, the Organ. Elena, that's it. Yeah. So I forget what thing you have to do with this.
So this will be your charisma modifier plus 4, plus whatever you roll on the dice.
Okay. So plus 3, plus 4, plus roll. 21.
That hits.
Awesome.
So you roll that 3 times, I believe.
Oh, 3 times.
Because you've got 3 beams.
Oh yeah. Okay. Someone keep track for me. So what was the first one?
The first one hits.
Okay, the first one hits. Roll. 22.
Hits.
$16.
That one misses, so you hit with 2 beams still.
Okay. So let's go 1 at the Organ Man, 1 at Elena then.
Okay.
Cool. It says on a hit, the target takes 1d10 or force damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now I'll go roll with 10. Ugh. Apologies, I'm a bit slow. It's near my bedtime.
No worries.
It was a 10.
Did you take Agonizing Blast as an invocation or no?
No.
Alright, no worries.
I will suggest that's probably a good thing to pick up if you get the opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we gained a level, didn't we? So I could pick that up for next one.
I didn't level up Boomslang.
No,
That's
I
fine.
didn't either. I didn't
That's
either.
fine at this point because the continuity.
Oh, this is prequel. Yes.
And,
yes.
like, I was just going to say, I was going to make up a bullshit reason if you hadn't, if you had leveled up. It's like, yeah, you got a bit of concussion during this fight and lost the level. That's fine.
Okay, great.
So that's a 9
Nice.
and a 10.
Yeah.
So-
That's why you bring a warlock.
Which is for which?
Let's go the 10 for Organ Man and the 9 for Elena.
Okay. Perfect. Anything else you want to do on your turn? You are now.
I am going to maybe I'm gonna try and I don't know. Actually, maybe I'll cast Mage Armor on Reginald because obviously I'm not a healer. We don't have a healer, but I can cast Mage Armor.
Is that a bonus action?
Yeah.
I think Mage Armor's an action, and I think you can only cast it on yourself.
All right. Oh.
Sorry.
All right then. Sorry, Reginald. Can't help.
If you go to actions and you click bonus action, then it will tell you what you can do with your bonus action.
Yeah, Mage Armor is an action.
Bloody hell! I don't know.
You don't always have to use it.
Yep.
You know what? Let's just leave it at that. Let's just leave it at
Okay.
that.
So, at this point, the Organ Man just like turns around to this like. Oh, actually, no. Sorry, it's not the Organ Man's turn. It's Thundoris's turn.
Honduras.
So, Thundoris, you hear the sound of like internal bolts. You shall not pass. And sort of locks himself down internally.
But in time to the garage beat, yeah?
Yes. Yeah. And is also going to cast. Let's say he's a lightning themed door. So let's say he's going to just cast a bolt of lightning out of his mouth at Lena. Lena made a natural one there on that roll. So let's have a bit of a blast of lightning hitting. Ooh.
We are definitely going to have to go back and like hang out with Thundoris in the main campaign because it seems like this dude is. It's good vibes and it's been valuable.
So that's 21 points of lightning damage blasting into Lena.
Nice.
More damage than all of us put together. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, if Critical Role has taught us anything, it's that doors are the most terrifying opponents of all. So that takes you perfect. And now we're at the Organ Man's turn. He is going to. He's sort of like wearing sort of like a casual shirt at the minute, but he just like touches the stud on the button and it like flips out into this like bedazzled armor, and he is wearing a glamoured studded leather, and it's just like covered in like rhinestone studs, and he's gonna lunge at probably Boomslang with his dagger.
Your outfit is tacky!
Do you have cutting words?
I'm not that kind of bard.
Okay, this dice is really sucking for them. Rolled a natural 1. So
funnily enough, that won't hit.
So he just like, if he ever had any combat expertise, he's not showing it right now. But no, that doesn't help. It's also to note that even with that, he seems to be getting continuous inspirations from Lena existing as well. That wouldn't help with a natural 1, but like, it is a fairly beefy setup. But that brings us back around to Reginald.
Okay, firebolt straight onto Lena,
Nice.
which is 22 to hit.
That hits.
Yo. And that is 23 points of damage.
Oof, nice. Perfect. Anything else, Phil?
How close am I to Lena?
You were within 5 foot of Lena.
So if I move, am I in trouble?
Lena doesn't actually have a lack of opportunity.
Okay,
Not-
well I'm gonna move out of range then.
Okay.
Yeah, move my 25 feet backwards.
Cool. Nice. And that brings us to Lena, who is at the minute more concerned about Boomslang being on the top of her. So she is going to cast her Sonic Blast Cone upwards into you. Can you make me 15 Constitution save.
Con save. Okay. Yep, 17.
Nice. So you'll take half damage on that. So I'm gonna need a load of d6s.
So out of the three of us, I'm the most hit point-y, so
Yeah.
You know.
Wow. Okay, so that's good for you because so I rolled 8d6. 4 of them were ones.
Oh.
Thank you, Alex.
Downside.
I really appreciate that. Really
So-
appreciate
But
that.
on balance, 3 of them were 5s and 1 was a 6. So it kind of averaged out.
Okay.
So
You're a fair god, you know.
So that's 10.
Wax on, wax off.
25. So half that would be 12 points of sonic damage as you are blasted with organ cone.
I feel like Boomslang has taken 12 points of sonic damage at gigs before.
Yeah, from himself.
Or just from sticking his head right in the bass bin.
Yeah.
And that's not the reason that me
That one
as
time he
player
tried to
had
plug an
tinnitus.
amp into his own neck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Ah, what? What? What do you say? Sorry, I can't hear you.
And it's also going to scuttle towards the stream, but what's the range on Eldritch Blast? I think it's probably...
Range is great.
It's 120 feet.
So I'm assuming there's no reason you'd probably be about 60 foot away in this room, I would think. Yeah, so it won't be able to get to you because it's a big tank of a thing. It can't move very fast.
And this is a big fancy auditorium of
Yeah.
atrium, right?
So yeah, there's like you're fucking up it was already fucked up all the nice laminate flooring. So that brings us to Boomslang.
Having embarrassingly failed on my last turn to just like I think Boomslang was trying to stab but kept on going straight down the pipes. And just it sounded cool, but it just didn't do any damage.
Yeah.
So he's gonna try again.
Catheter strike.
Okay, that's a little bit better. So one of them is bad. One of them is like a 10. So screw that one.
No.
But one of them is oh, this one. One of them's an 11. So one of them's a 22, and one of them's a 28.
Those both hit.
Great. So on the first one, I'm gonna put in a.
Do you still have your branding smite up as well?
I still have my branding smite up, and also I'm gonna put in a 4th level divine smite on both of them.
Nice.
And I'm gonna put in a flourish on both of them.
Okay.
A blade flourish as my blade bard vibe. So I'm gonna put a defensive flourish on one of them. And is the organ man standing next to Lena or no?
He got kind of like thrown off, so he's probably about 15 foot away at this point.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna use a mobile flourish on the other one.
Okay.
So that means that the first one is going to be 1d8 for the sword, and then 2d6 for the branding smite, and then 5d8 for the level 4 smite. Okay, maths. Okay, so I'm going to need to roll 3d8 after this one. Okay. So that is 14, 17, 20, 26.
Well, sure, figuring that out. We've just got Chamonix from the RP Geeks in the chat. Hello.
Yo,
Yeah.
Chamonix, what's up?
We are fighting the organ man and a
Hello.
living organ.
So that's 34 plus 38 damage on the first attack.
Nice.
So if it matters, most of that is radiant. I didn't do the maths on which was which. Sorry.
As long as it's done a bit poison or psychic, that's the.
No, we're all good. So there's that on the first one, and then the second attack is going to be 1d8 for the sword, and then. Oh wait, I forgot to add the flourish damage. Sorry. The first attack gets another 3 damage.
Oh, nice.
So the second attack is going to be 1d8 for the sword, 1d6 for the flourish, and then 5d8 for the for the divine smite.
Shamini, he does in fact play the organ.
No, so what he's doing? Have you ever seen that video of like? There's a Grateful Dead video from back in the day where when Lemmy was their roadie, and he gives them a very problematic knife to stab between the keys of the organ to like sustain a couple of notes. And I think Boomslang is kind of just stabbing the keyboard, and it sounds like but he's just stabbing the keys. That's 10, 15.
All right, you say it's like music, like the musical instrument. My character thought it was organs. When first.
So the second attack is 35 damage.
Nice.
So 35 plus whatever I said previously plus 3.
Okay. Yes.
So how much damage did we get in one turn?
Well, to date you've done 138 damage to Lena.
So
And it's still alive?
between those two attacks, I probably did like 70 something or 80 something.
Yeah,
I'm happy with that.
She started on 62 damage before those two. So you've got doubled the damage in one round.
Okay, so that's my action and bonus action. I'm not going to move. I'm going to remain on top of this.
You're on the top of
organ
Lena. It's like trying to spin around to like get you.
And I'm just like stabbing the keyboard.
And that brings us to Dream.
Oh god, if I could compose myself. I'm going to use Hold Monster on the Organ Man to keep them in place and stop trying to be a nuisance, so it'd be easier to kill them. Yeah.
Let's
So,
just get the specifics of this.
I think it's a. What is it? I'm not really.
So were you casting this on the Organ Man?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So what save does he need to make? It is
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay. Now, thankfully for you, he's not very good at wisdom. However, he did roll a 19. So there's a 19 plus 0, so that is 19.
How dare? Goddamn rude that is.
No good. Sorry about that. Anything else you want to do?
I don't know.
At this point, by the way, you see the Peapod people like slowly collecting the little meteorite and rolling it off into their little air duct.
You go, guys. You go, little guys.
Here in all his fiery glory.
I love them so much. I am going to. I don't know. Can I somehow assist? Well, I can't. I'm not really an assistant kind of person, am I? I guess I'll just make sure I'm gonna move in vicinity of Organ Man.
Okay.
Get ready to strike on next turn.
Into melee or?
Huh?
Into melee or just like closer in so we can't get through?
Yeah, just closer-ish.
Okay. So I'll say you get because he's let's say you get to like 30 foot away from him, so you're nice and you can catch up with him if he decides to make a roll for it.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else? Otherwise, it is now Thundoros' turn, who is going to like charge up another lightning blast. This time to fire at the Organ Man. Who is going to make a save, so that'll be half this time.
I got so confused when you said Thundoros. I heard Chuck Norris, and I was so confused. Like, what am I? Like, what the fuck?
I mean,
Not
this one.
Taurus is in a later episode.
Right. These dice are rolling a lot of ones, so that's 3 ones out of that. 5, 15, 21, half. So the Organ Man takes 10 points of lightning damage. And he just screams, "It's you! I'll end you, organelles! You will rue the day you betrayed me, the Organ Man!" And this door
Not
also.
until we end you first.
And that's now brings us to the Organ Man. So he is, I think, actually most scared by the Thunderous at the minute. So he is going to cast. Shatter on the Thunderous.
Not the homeboy.
No.
Which so Thunderous makes a good save on that, thankfully. So it's half damage,
It's genuinely hot in my mouth. Like,
but then it takes double damage again, does it? No, it has disadvantage. Sorry, so I do need to roll this. Oh no! Now Thunderous failed with that disadvantage, unfortunately. He is a fairly robust door, though, so
Better be. God,
If Honduras dies before we can reunite him with his wife, I'm going to be absolutely fucking gutted.
Yeah.
Your fault, Alex. Your fault.
Yes.
That? Your fault.
Yeah, so Thunderous takes 12 damage, and you see like a few like cracks in him. Just like quite minor ones. It's just like, you'll have to do better than that. For those joining us just now, Thunderous is a talking door that the party recruited earlier.
A talking door who plays a giant trumpet that provides the bass line for the garage tune that makes him a garage door, which is one of the weird magical things that would destroy this, allow us to destroy this organ.
I mean, like, I don't see what else it would be.
Sorry, got to catch Shamani up on stuff, you know.
I mean, that's just totally normal. So Reginar.
so
the Organ Man is going to run away a bit from Dream, but he's only going to get like 25 foot.
is the organ metal, or is it?
Yes, it's made of mithril.
Of course. Well, I'm going to cast heat metal then. Which I'm going to do.
That was such a brilliant spell.
Yeah, I'm going to do 6th level, I think.
Being a paladin, I'd forgot we had access to such high-level spells because I'm not a pure caster.
It happens when you're multi-class.
Yes.
So I'm just reminding myself of this one. There's no save here, is there?
I don't believe so.
They do a con save if they want to not drop what they're holding.
Yeah.
But apart from that,
you can't drop yourself. So
I think they just get hot.
Cool. Am I rolling an attack for this one? My brain's went completely blank.
No, I think she just gets hot.
Just 6. Yeah. So 68.
So Boomslang needs to get off that.
So
Yeah,
also,
I might have a bit of an issue, but it's fine. I've got loads of hit points. I'm good.
Yeah, you're fine.
But actually, look at this. Like Boomslang would have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
I didn't roll great, but I'm fine with hit points. So what's 9 plus 14?
And it's 33 points of damage.
So I'm assuming 14 is below your spell save, so I probably take all of that. Or I take some damage. Yeah.
What's also I would assume that like you take that damage, but you manage to sort of fling yourself off, Lena, as you do that.
Take it.
Nice. Okay, Lena is looking like you can see the joint starting to strain a bit now. Like Lena's getting pretty rough at this point.
Can I use like bonus action of another bardic inspiration for Boomslang?
Yeah, go for it.
But at this point, what I'm going to do is play the leech trumpet.
Oh yeah.
Again, to have that inspiration. What does that do? Does anything specifically happen?
Are there any
Yeah,
leeches
leeches.
nearby?
I mean, play it and find out if there are any leeches nearby. I will.
So, do you want me to do like some sort of like performance check for that one, or?
No, just it doesn't have to be. I will say I just rolled that.
I mean,
So-
Reginald's performance modifier is
It's
insane,
huge.
right?
So,
I mean, roll it anyway, just for flavour, but it won't affect the power of the thing.
natural 20,
Wait, with your
Okay.
modifier, what is it?
33.
Okay, I was like for 33. I think something can happen. So.
Okay.
So I think in that case, the Organ Man has like one of those giant like wraparound fish tanks at the end of the room, and there have been just like a few leeches, just like around there, and they just suddenly all start like flopping out and like heading towards the Organ Man.
Come, my pretties, come. So just sending these leeches towards the Organ Man, and they're just gonna latch on.
Okay. So
Going
I'll
up
say
through the legs.
that every turn he doesn't take an action to get rid of them, he will take let's go 1d20 necrotic damage
Nice.
from leeches.
That's me.
Okay. So Lena, does Lena take? No, you have to reapply the heat damage on your turn, don't you?
Yeah.
Heat metal. Yeah, that's fine. Okie dokie. So let's have a look at Lena's stats. So Lena is going to want to try and break that spell that you have, because that is going to fuck her up a lot. So she's going to cast her Sonic Cone at you, Regina, and she'll back up in such a way that she can get Boomslang and Regina in the cone. So can you both get Constitution saving throws for me, please?
Right, you get +4, Reg. If you're within 10 feet of me.
Yeah, I think you are at this point.
It's gonna be a 23 for me.
It's an 18 for me.
You both saved, so that is more ones on these, but even more fours. So you both save. So you both take 11 points of sonic damage. Just in a cone, and Regina make a save for your concentration on heat metal.
Oh, just so you know, Reginald's not looking good. 14.
I believe the DC is like the damage you took, so that's fine. I believe.
Yes, it'd be 10. It'd be half the damage plus half the damage, or 10, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, that's fine.
So Regina is not looking great. Boomslang is also, he's looked better.
Yep, and it is his turn now, in fact.
How bad is Lena looking?
Make a perception check or an
Is
investigation
that
check.
free?
Yeah, it's free.
Rolled like absolute shit. 11.
I'd say even with that, she's clearly struggling. Like
Okay.
the one's beautiful notes are just a bit wheezy now. Like
Okay,
you don't
so
think you'll hit that
Boomslang
much
is going to continue doing the Aphex Twin thing on the keyboard.
more. Okay.
And is going to make 3 more attacks. And on that lowest one is going to use the inspiration. What's your inspiration dice, Sam? Is it D12 or D10? Because you're like a high level bard, right?
12.
12, nice. Okay. So that makes a 22, a 24, and a 22.
Those all hit.
Okay, so I'm gonna dump into all of those. I'm gonna dump 3 third level smites. Because I need to finish this
You need it.
organ monster.
You need it.
So all of these are going to be the same amount of damage. It's going to be a lot. So it's going to be 5d8. I don't have any more flourishes, I don't think. So okay, so it's just smites. So it's going to be 5d8. Okay. 11, 17, 21 on the first attack.
Okay.
27 on the second attack. Oh, that's quite good. 35 on the third attack. That was a beefy one.
Okay. How would you like to end Lena?
So as I say, Boomslang, having been thrown off, being like hot, falls off and kind of gathers himself, dusts himself off, and now is now standing in front of the keyboard of Lena, and has his two long, thin swords like snake fangs, and is just like not paying attention to any of the musicality of it, so it sounds just completely batshit. It sounds like but he's just like stabbing the keyboard for as much as it's worth. But the power of his like weirdo interdimensional fuckboy energy is pouring into these strikes, and starts to like shatter the keys, and the keys are flying off, hitting. You know, one of them hits Regina on the forehead. One of them like gets stuck behind Dream's ear or something, and they're all little chips of key. And then it kind of beep, 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 beep,
Perfect.
as the air starts to go out of Lena, and she just kind of like slumps to the side.
I think that comment from Alex is another T-shirt design.
Interdimensional fuckboy stuff.
Yeah.
I would wear the shit out of that.
Perfect. Yes.
So
Lena's
that's
just
my action and bonus, and my movement. I'm gonna go right up next to the organ man and be like, "What? What?"
okay. So yeah, like Lena is just slumped, smoking pile of mithril junk in the corner now. And now the organ man must die. Dream.
So I guess going on the theme of Bloomsang totally destroying Lena, I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead.
The
Okay.
most musical trip of all.
Yeah. So obviously I've not done this before, so we'll find out how I do this.
Let's open it up. So
I think it's wisdom save.
Yeah, wisdom save and 3d8. Okay.
Okey-dokey.
Has the organ man taken any damage?
Yes, he has.
From the
So then it's 3d12, because Toll the Dead does extra damage if they've taken any damage.
Okay, that was a wisdom save of 3. So he takes
Right, so what was that plus what with the
3d12.
3 plus 3d12? Okay.
Oh, no,
Fucking hell,
it's just
fucking
3d12 instead of 3d8.
Okay. Right. Let me swap the dice then. Give me 1 second.
D12s, the weirdest dice that no one ever uses apart from barbarians and clerics. And occasionally the old ward.
And apparently me. Okay. 10, 5, and 4.
so 19 points of damage.
Yes.
Okay, that's taking a good little chunk out of his health there. Anything else at all?
Maybe we'll just be like, hey, bud, your time is coming to an end. There you go.
No, but I gave it all for Lena. And so with that, it is Thunderous' turn otherwise. Thunderous is going to cast another bolt, which the Organ Man actually, like, I think he was the lightning bolt was what he dodged that let him like fail your thing. So it just comboed. He dodged one straight into your attack. So that sounds okay. So we have a 6, 3 5s, a 4, 2, 2, and a 1. That is 21, 5, 30 points of lightning damage, which would be half. Wait. Yes, half. Okay, I rolled the wrong way around, but yes, that's fine. So 15 points more. And Thunderous sort of begins to shout, "That's for the shatter!" And the Organ Man is going to take his turn now. So that Toll the Dead was pretty brutal. So I think he's going to go for Dream at this point. When I make up the Bard, which has too many spells. I think he was going to use something higher level on you. So he's going to summon a Mordenkainen sword, which is basically this like floating energy sword. And let's see. So it's going to go for Dream. What's the save on setting it up? I guess it would just be his normal attack bonus. So this is what I get for using a spell I haven't used in this. Oh, there we go. So plus 10 attack bonus. But it's a Dream. So does 16 hit Dream?
What do I have to do?
What's your armor class?
My armor class is not the best. It's 14.
14. Okay, so that does hit Dream. That is going to. I actually need to find my D10s. Well, let's just do 1 3 times. 15 points of force damage as this like glowing green sword just like beats down on Dream. But that brings. And then with that, he's also going to run away a bit, but probably take a smite from, or not a smite, a reaction from Boomslang in the process.
Oh, he's running away from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a swing. Oh yeah, that'll definitely hit. That's a 27.
Yeah, that might just hit.
Can I Divine Smite on an opportunity attack?
I'm gonna say for the fun of it, yes.
Okay. I've run out of 4th and 3rd level slots, unfortunately. So it's just gonna have to be a 2nd level slot. So that is gonna be, I believe, 3d8 smite on top of 1d8 sword. So that's gonna be
like the amount of smite you have at your disposal is kind of terrifying.
You should never let a paladin get to high levels. Especially don't let him multi-class into a spellcasting class. So that is 17. 21.
Nice. So he's just like you just like slash him across the back with one of the swords as he's running away. Just like fuck.
Where are you going?
Still away though, just about. Which brings us. That was his go to Rednar.
I'm just going to go for another firebolt straight towards him, aiming for between the eyes, or if he's running away from me, like back of the neck.
Okay. Yep. Is that me saving or you backing?
Sorry?
That's an attack roll, I think.
Yeah. 19 to hit.
That hits.
And that is 25 points of damage.
How does Reginald want to do this?
Yes!
So there's been a lot of kind of angst building up in Reginald of having to listen to this horrible organ music for weeks. Ending up in this god-for-fucking-saken city and having to break out of prison, trying to join a band, battle of the bands, and ending up in this horrible folk jazz club band that we've ended up in. So there's a lot of horrible feeling built up. And it feels like at this point Reginald should say something, but that feels as though it'd be given too much credit to the organ man. So just like it's essentially this firebolt is going to come out like Goku from Dragon Ball Z. It's going to Kamehameha out from the side towards the organ man, and it's going to hit directly in the back of the head. And I just imagine that the organ man's toupee flies off.
Yeah.
And the whole organ man bursts into flames.
Is he doing one of those things where like the light gets brighter and brighter and then just turns into lines and then just
I'm imagining he slumps to his knees and his eyes and mouth start gushing flame. And then the flame consumes his whole face.
There's just a headless corpse just slumps to the ground with just like a smouldering stump.
The pea pods all going, yay!
Consider this our 2 weeks' notice.
Okay, and with that, the organ man is dead.
Yeah, I think inspired by the chat, Reg, do you want to grab the toupee that fell off as like a trophy?
You know, I don't, but I feel like some sort of token needs to be kept. Like I begrudgingly am going to take it, but I'm going to find the nearest possible like point to give it away.
I mean, we're going to be hanging out in the sewer soon, right? So
Yeah, give it to a clown.
Yeah. Oh my god, a sewer clown wearing the organ man's toupee is
Horror.
the best description of that president of the US between 2016 and 2020 that I can think of.
Great. Okay, I'm gonna take my pea friends and I'm gonna be on my way. Nice fighting with you guys and running around the city. See you later.
So, on the subject of the pea friends, like how has their apocalypse gone?
This was but phase 1 of the apocalypse. First, the fire from above. Next, the plagues begin. We shall.
All right, so you don't want some help, yeah? Okay, I'll put it. This way.
Unless you have the sandwiches anyway.
So out of character, my home game character took the chef feat and only makes sandwiches. And every session makes sandwiches for the entire party. So the fact that I can't give these people sandwiches, but my other character can, is killing me.
The P folks were the only ones that have not given us a task to do later, right? Like we
No,
have
we
done
got
that.
We got
We've done
strawberry
that.
blood.
Yeah. So so otherwise, I mean, I know certain members of our group in real life probably need their bed, including me. So to sort of a little bit of a wrap up. So are you going to help Thundorus get installed near his beloved rose quartz?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thundorus is a comrade. Yeah.
Okay. So you
but I think that with regards to the kind of Reginald's promise to be Big Spoon to Angel Delight,
yeah.
Anyone who's does no idea what that is about.
I don't think that I didn't get the vibe that Reginald was super keen. So I think Boomslang would do everything in his power to support his friend dodging that obligation.
Thanks, buddy.
I thought he was going to say, take one for team and I'll do it.
Oh, actually, oh no, you're right. Oh my god, I haven't used this spell all campaign. I actually took Disguise Self. So Boomslang will disguise himself as Reginald and be Big Spoon.
Okay.
I got you, buddy.
So we cut to a scene where this Yuan-Ti, the snake person is spooning a pudding angel.
No. Snake person disguised as a halfling.
Yes. Oh. You're even bigger a spoon than I remember.
Yeah, I just I used to have that energy.
Delightful. Angel delightful. And then we fade to
Oh, is
black.
that your full name?
Fade to black of spooning.
I don't want to miss a thing.
Tune in later for Flaming Heteros After Dark.
After
for
Dark.
the
Or
Excluding
don't.
Dream, and that's the After Dark bit is graphic murder.
Yeah.
Oh, Alex, thank you.
And
so much.
lastly, this will be an ongoing thing, but do you choose to aid Tracker in her quest to destroy Big Pharma, the greatest monster she's fought yet?
I feel like we need to do that at some point, like
Okay.
like properly RP'd out.
Yeah, that'd be a fun adventure, especially because I think Tracker, great character.
Yeah.
Also, like Thunderous as well. Both of them great characters. Also, both people that we don't want to betray, especially especially Tracker. That's not an enemy you want to make.
No.
So I feel like we'd go on them.
So, I think perhaps on the way out, we just see you all heading off to get a bit of healing, where you run into this half-orc cleric who's up for giving a bit of healing, and there's something about her, and I think we'll leave it there as you. At some point, perhaps we will tell that tale. But for now, thank you very much for joining us. Sam, did you have anything?
Just that we will be back with a Legend of Flaming Heteros in 2 weeks' time, which I can't remember if it's live or not. We are going to be doing some pre-recorded things because August is a busy month for lots of us. So yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks' time, and then we have the 19th of August. We're going to be going from top to bottom, and there's going to be an incredible cast of players. Then that's going to be getting started and announced from this week. Thank you as always. Great, loads of fun. Tell Dagmar that it was absolute fucking chaos, because it was, and hopefully she'll fire us all.
And don't forget the Redbubble, and don't forget the Patreon.
Yes.
If you want all sorts of amazing artwork merch like this, all capybaras are barbarians, or the Velocilobster, or all of the other science and sorcery merch, check out the Redbubble. Yeah, plug.
Loads of stuff.
And just thank you.
I can strongly recommend a Velocilobster shower curtain.
Talil is actually our #1 customer.
Oh, I'm sure that Hogan will be.
Chris has got a lot of Velocilobster merch. being the kind of progenitor of the Velocilobster.
Yes.
Okay, folks. Let's call it a night. Thank you so much, Alex, for an amazing, improvised, hilarious adventure. Take care, everyone. We'll see you all again very soon. Good night.
Bye.